Today we're going to be looking at the Golden Tiger EA. So this bot, somebody has been asking me to review on my YouTube channel, so I figured might as well take a look. It initially caught my attention as well because of just how cheap it is. It's 70 bucks and seems to be trading a pretty basic but tried and tested strategy. So here it's simply a daily high-low breakout on gold. So not rocket science, this does generally work. I've done similar things in the past. One thing to note is you have to be careful about the risk reward of these types of strategies. Just from the signal as well as what I'm seeing, it looks to be super duper inverted. So you can enter periods of larger drawdowns depending on how the market regime is shaping up, but it is definitely a real strategy. So once again, I like that the developer is giving a lot of detail. We can see that it's a daily breakout strategy. So looking for the daily high lows of the previous days, and then he's placing a buy stop and a sell stop at those levels. And gap detection, no grid, no martingale, and dedicated support. Cool, yeah, it's all pretty straightforward. It helps you effectively use a few different settings here and filters. You can adjust the trailing stop loss trigger, trailing stop loss points. He's saying don't use it on prop firms, which honestly I would be kind of inclined to say as well, because this type of strategy usually has an inverted risk reward, which just takes absolutely forever to pass a prop firm with. So you have to be mindful of that. We're seeing a backtest here since 2020, and it's looking pretty good. However, this looks almost too good to be true, so I wouldn't be surprised if there is a bit of a maybe every tick or 1 minute open high low close happening, but it's definitely a real strategy. Like the back test is not looking finicky. I just think that it seems like more likely than not he's using 1 minute open high low close. And if we look at the live signal, we can see that it does kind of match what this strategy usually looks like, where yeah, it's a 1 to 10 inverted risk reward. So not a super challenging strategy to make. Like this is pretty easy to code. I would just think that he probably should look at making the risk reward less inverted. Just because like I started with bots like this too. So like this is a pretty easy system to make. You just do pending highs, pending lows, and you put a super tight trailing stop loss so you really quickly take profits, but then you have a massive stop loss. It works great when markets are trending up or down, but if you enter choppy periods with lots of false breakouts, this thing will usually have a pretty hefty drawdown. But overall, definitely a real strategy. There's something here. This works. Over the long term, this will give you a statistically profitable system. And the fact that it's super cheap is actually a pretty good deal. So let's look at the back test here. Oh, interesting enough. I did run this with 1 minute open high low close. That's why it's looking so good. Let's now test it with every tick based on real ticks over the same time period, just to see what it looks like. Yeah, so very small take profits and much larger stop losses. So here we can see stop loss, tiny take profit. And if we were to put this on the daily, for instance, or let's go the H1, we can see that clearly this is probably the high of the previous day, and it's scalping a profit from there. So yeah, probably the low of the previous day. And yeah, it's just good system. Like honestly, this is nothing crazy. Like it will have a long-term edge. It's going to be hyper spread and slippage sensitive. So just be mindful of that, that like if you have one loss, it will take you 10 winners probably to recover it. So that's something which you probably should be aware of. However, real system, there is an edge here. I've used similar ones in the past. It's just you have to kind of be aware that it's going to take you a lot of winners in order to recover a loser, and you need to be mindful of that. But as we can see here, if we're running it with every tick based on real ticks, it does have a true equity curve which is going up. So overall, looking pretty solid. And this can be, I wouldn't run on a prop firm, but can be appropriate for personal accounts, particularly if you are only placing the pending orders once per day. You don't run the risk of a string of losers, which can be quite solid. Now, if we go and look at this guy, if he's developed anything in the past, nope, this is his first one. He looks like a bit of a younger fellow here too, so it could very well be that this is one of his kind of first bots in the marketplace. Maybe I'm missing something, but you never know. And let's go pull this up too. We can see that, yep, very much it is a real trading system. So not much to it here. Honestly, it shows that this style of breakout system works pretty well on gold. You can do it either on like high of day, low of day. You can do it on like a local minima, local maxima. You can do it with a certain time-based range where you do like our free golden time bomb bot, where you place a caller, so a buy stop, sell stop, prior to the market open at the pre-market high and the pre-market low. So there's lots of ways of doing this style of system. If you like this style of bot, download our free golden time bomb bot as well, because it does something pretty similar. And ours is free, so might as well get it. It's even cheaper than $69. But overall, this is a real strategy. I don't like this kind of incredibly inverted risk reward system myself, just because it's my personal preference. I like to have my winners be bigger than my losers, but some people love this style of system. So really it comes down to you, your personal trading preferences, and what fits your goals. But it's definitely a real strategy. It's not the holy grail. Like here, we made what? If we look at the results, with an 8% drawdown, we made 11%. So it's not a tremendous system. You can definitely do better than this, but for the price, it could be part of a broader portfolio. So not amazing, but it's a real trading strategy, and it's not tremendous, but it is profitable. It is making money. So yeah, let me know if you guys try it out. I'd be curious to see what your results are like. And if you like this style of system, download our free bot too, because frankly, it does something pretty similar. So guys, hope you had a wonderful day, and yeah, see you in the next video.